All panelists. Gotcha.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started. And then as these other students come in, this is a smaller group. It's the first time we've done this, so we can definitely take care of you as you come in. That is no biggie at all. So welcome everyone to the Pierpont ESTEAM pitch. We're really excited to be here today. This is our second of 5 over the next couple of weeks. My name is Amber Ravenscroft. I serve as the ESTEAM program manager. And ESTEAM stands for Entrepreneurship, Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. And we are working on an Appalachian Regional Commission grant to integrate entrepreneurship into STEAM programming in classrooms in general in middle and high schools across 7 states. And it's been really rewarding because we get to work with awesome local partners like our community colleges and education service agencies. So before I introduce Martina, I do want to just do a quick shout out to our team. Laura McCall is the regional director for this region. She's done an awesome job of touching base with our local partners, supporting them in any way, and encouraging them to integrate entrepreneurship into middle and high schools throughout the region. And then Denise Workman is with us at the Adventure Group. We are a partner on the program management side. So she has been helping with all the logistics and back-end management of this ESTEAM pitch contest in support of Pierpont. And so with that, I'd love, Martina, for you to introduce yourself and a little bit about Pierpont and kind of the work that we've been doing and your judges today. Martina, you're muted.
Thank you very much, Amber, for the kind introduction. Pierpont is really excited about the participants of this first online ESTEAM Pierpont pitch contest. My name is Martina Bachlechner, and because my name is sometimes difficult to pronounce, my students at the community college started to call me Dr. B, which is fine with me. I'm the stream coordinator at Pierpont Community and Technical College. So what does STREAM stand for? It includes the standard science, technology, engineering, and math, but also the reading and writing. We need to be able to communicate with each other what cool ideas we have, as well as the arts, which brings in a creative component. My colleagues thought that's already a lot that we include. However, with this new project with EntreEd, we are including explicitly the entrepreneurship component. And that is where it comes in that you guys are doing that pitch contest with us. We are doing other outreach activities too. We have been doing stream days where we invite middle school and high school students to our college, and we do maker camps. Also for this summer, from June 14 through June 18, we prepare a maker camp, and you are more than welcome to join that week of activities that includes also a strong entrepreneurship component. It takes place at the Advanced Technology Center in Fairmont and is a day-long activity-based camp from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sorry. Students will learn how to solder, some electronics, some programming, and introduction to 3D software. The final product will be an electronic name tag that students can take home. And application deadline is by April 30th. Now coming back to that pitch contest, we have businesses from Braxton and Gilmer County competing. We have both individuals and groups and teams. We have students from 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. And when I'm looking at the material submitted to round 1, I am thoroughly excited about the quality of the submissions. You have done an excellent job. Each one of you is already a winner. Now, because of the virtual venue, you have the opportunity to convince us directly, face to face. Each one of us is sitting in the front row and sees what you present to us, and you will be able to convince us up close that your business is the best one. And I wish you the best of luck on that. This is the time now that I would like to thank all of Entry Ed for all their work they have done, and Amber introduced them already previously. I also want to thank Lynn Castro. Mrs. Castro is responsible for bringing our judges on board, and this allows me to introduce the 4 judges for this competition today. We have Andrew Smith from the Braxton County Convention and Visitors Bureau, and you saw Andrew raising the hand. We have Debbie Friend from the Braxton County Extension Services. We have Jamie Mullins from Gilmer County Extension Services. And we have Teresa Nass, who is, and this is a difficult one for me, the professional services recruiter for Manpower. Let's welcome our judges today. I'm turning it back to Amber now.
Great, thank you. So just a quick logistics kind of overview before we go into the live pitches. So teams and individuals, you will have 5 minutes to pitch. That will be closely timed by Denise. At the 1 minute warning, she will hold up, we'll have her video spotlighted for you. She'll hold up that 1 minute sign. And then at 5 minutes and 10 seconds, you will be muted. We had to mute one team in yesterday's competition, and that was it. And that was the first team. So people learned quickly, but you will be muted just so we can keep on track. And we do have 11 teams today, which is our largest competing group. Immediately after that pitch, we'll have a 3-minute Q&A. We encourage judges to provide constructive criticism, feedback, and questions during this time period. We will moderate that and take as many questions as we possibly can during that 3-minute. And then there will be about a 2-minute transition period where we'll ask judges to input and upload their scores in Venture Dash. And then we'll have an on-deck team get ready. So throughout this process, you'll look to Denise. She'll kind of let you know who's up to pitch, who is going to be on deck. And we hope this will be a really seamless transition between teams. And we will kind of keep that pace going. If things are running a little bit faster, we will allow teams to move a little bit faster. We just don't want to get behind pace with the number of teams that we have presenting this morning. So if there are no questions around structure, I'll go ahead and hand it over to Denise to announce our first team and to get everyone squared away for this.
Okay, thank you so much, Amber, and welcome everyone, and best of luck to all the competitors. Our first business is Bend the Trend. So get ready, bend the trend. And then on deck we have Kreitzko. So let's get started with Bend the Trend.
Okay, I'm going to take her over to the next room so she can be in private, and then we'll get started, okay?
Yeah, and then maybe Kreitz can be on deck there too once we start questions.
I think the judges, it's important to note, many of these are in the same school and in the same classroom. So we do have a little bit of a transition to avoid like audio overlap. So we're gonna try to make that as seamless as possible. And then Denise, you'll spotlight them if it's possible, and make sure you spotlight yourself. I don't think I can do that as the host.
Tell me more about this.
It should be under your 3 dots on your side. That way they can see you when they're screen sharing.
So I'll spotlight them and spotlight myself. It says spotlight for everyone.
Yes.
That?
Yep. And then when they share their screen and you spotlight them at the same time, you should be able to be seen with the 1 minute. That's kind of the key piece here.
And that would be on their 3 dots as well. That's where I'm going to spotlight them.
Yeah, and that would be Sarah, I think, the whole time, because she moved her computer with her.
Okay. Just give me a second to do that. I've gone past Sarah. That's not an option for me, Amber. To spotlight them.
It might be because our video is not on yet.
So you're right. Ask to start video. I'm not going to do that, but I'll check as soon as she gets back on.
Thanks, judges, for your patience. So do you have, I want to just double check before we get them going. Do you, are you all seeing the rubrics and everything? Any, all clear on that one?
For judges?
Yes, for judges.
Yeah. Well, my view just changed, so let me fix that. I could not find Sarah. So this is, what screen is she sharing here, Amber?
All right, ladies, are y'all seeing my screen?
Yes.
Okay, she's ready then.
Okay.
You want her video on?
Yes, if possible.
Okay. All right, she's got it.
Okay. Amber, I'm just letting you know it's still not popping up there as an option to spotlight her. Let me try it.
Do they use Bend the Trend for the video, or do they use Sarah's computer for the video?
I think it might be Sarah's.
I'm not getting an option on either one of those. I just want to let you know that.
Sarah, make sure that you're unmuted and your video is on yours. There you go. Perfect. All right, now see if it works, Denise.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right, good morning. I'm Bend the Trend, and here's a little bit about my story. Bend the Trend is an affordable line targeted towards teens and young adults. The reason Bend the Trend was created is that I myself has always been in the jewelry, and I wanted to make good quality jewelry affordable for younger kids, and here's some of my products. The product comes in gold or silver. We have varieties of styles such as rings, earrings, and necklaces. Different types of crystals such as rose quartz, amethyst, clear quartz, etc. We have customizable orders. We have strong chains and wires that are less likely to break, and everything is handmade. Our target market is teenagers and young adults, and we decided that we are going to do all of our transactions online due to COVID and all of that. And our problem is we need $100 to start. So we are asking everybody to invest in our product with $100. And that's it. Thank you. Is there any questions?
So that concludes Bend the Trend presentation. So we'll start the clock for questions from the judges.
Okay.
And Kreitzko, you're on deck.
What is your favorite kind of jewelry? Do you prefer earrings, rings, necklaces, bracelets, whenever you're making your designs? What do you prefer?
I personally prefer rings because I think it's easier to make and it's less time consuming, so I can get more rings out than earrings or necklaces.
I have a question. You said that your aim is to make jewelry inexpensive. Can you tell us how you intend to make it less expensive than, say, your competitor? And less expensive and more expensive is kind of a relative term. So can you talk a little bit about like what those actual figures would be. And then the final question I had was, when a section of your presentation talked about everyone investing $100, was this like for like a Kickstarter sort of thing, or
Yes,
what
this
you're talking about there? And what's your goal as far as when you're raising money? What would be the target goal?
okay. So
Sorry, that was a lot to throw at you at once.
it's okay. For the first part, I tend to make a little bit of a profit. I'm not really aiming for a high profit, but I would like to make jewelry as inexpensive as possible, but also good quality. And I plan to do this by finding good, reasonable prices with like chains and wire. That way I can make it as cheap as possible for my customers. And what was the second part? I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I asked you three things all at once. So whenever you say less expensive, as compared to what, or like what would you say would be a competitor to what you're offering, like an apples to apples sort of thing? And how would that compare as far as expense?
Well, I have a competitor thing here. I try to make my jewelry like, let's say if my customer is, or my competitor is offering like earrings for $12, I want to make mine 10. That way people can have more of a chance to buy what they like and what they need at a lesser price. And I plan on, sorry. I plan on trying to make my business stand out more to people by writing handwritten notes to each purchase and giving little extras such as stickers and that type of stuff.
That concludes our 3 minutes for Q&A. We had that little bell interruption. Does somebody else have a quick question?
I was just curious about, my question was going to tie back to Andrew's last question. And what do you plan on using that startup money for? Like, what is your intention with that startup money?
I plan to get stuff such as packaging, like decent packaging, because I will be shipping my product. That way it's protective and the packaging isn't going to hurt the jewelry and the jewelry isn't going to get destroyed while shipping. And I also plan on buying wires and crystals, and I have to have certain tools. That way I can wrap the wiring and stuff around the crystals. And I forgot to show you guys this. Here is some of the price, startups, and costs.
All right. Judges, we'll start a 2-minute transition for you to have time to get your judging done, and Kreisco can get set up. Thank you so much. Bend the trend.
Thank you, guys.
So just for the judges, if possible, we would like you to upload those scores in Venture Dash as you do this, so that each time you submit the rubric, we're seeing that in the Venture Dash platform. There should be space for comments. We're giving about an hour after the competition to add further comments if you're interested in that.
The question about the Venture Dash thing, the actual presentations are taking up all of my devices at the moment. Can I submit all that afterwards?
Are you on a computer screen, Andrew?
Yes.
Do you have the ability to split screen? Because that's what I've got going on right now. I've pulled one to one side, and if you pull it far enough to one side of your screen, it'll divide halfway down, and you can have one pulled up on one and one pulled up on the other. If not, I'm sure you're okay. I just figured I'd let you know that was an option.
Amber, can you address his question?
Yeah, I'd say if that doesn't work, Andrew, if you could put those in within the hour following the competition, that would be great.
Okay.
Great.
Where do I have access to where I'm putting in those notes? Is that part of the emails that we were getting?
Yeah, so if you log into Go Venture Dash, and then that would be the first thing you click on round 2 and then pull your rubric up.
But was that a part of like previous emails?
Yes, so you are registered in the system already, correct, Denise, I think?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you go to
I thought-
goventuredash.com, you should just be able to log in there.
Can you see that I submitted my score? Or, I just want to make sure that,
Denise, I'll double check that if you want to get Credits Co all set. And we'll
Okay, that's what the timer just went off. So Amber, you'll check Venture Dash. I'll minimize that again, and then make this. Okay, Credits Co, are you ready to go?
Ready whenever you guys are.
Hey, thank you so much. Let me, I want to just make you big again. You're using Sarah, so you're highlighted. So our next business pitch is from Credits Co, and welcome. Thank you so much. And you have 5 minutes.
Good morning. I'm Trevor, the creator and founder of Credits Co, West Virginia's premier web design company. The problem in my local community is that there's no web designers, and many local businesses don't have a professional web page. So I decided to create Credits Co, a web design company. At Credits Co, our motto is a professional web page for all, and we work towards this future every day. Our web pages cost the affordable price of $40 an hour. This way you pay for the web page that you get without overpaying. It would take around 25 hours to complete a web page. This means that our average web page would cost around $1,000 to $1,200, depending on whether the customer would want to use our optional graphic design capabilities. Credits Co advertises by creating social media ad campaigns. These ad campaigns take place on places like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and we also use Google advertising, which you can submit your advertisements and Google will put them on any Google registered site. It's very useful technology. Why should our customers choose Credits Co? Credits Co is the best option for the services we offer because we not only create a professional web page, but also offer graphic design capabilities for a small extra fee. This means that our pages get a complete and total page for a single price. Now, please allow me to show you the Credits Co official page as a sample. This is the page I created for my company here. We got our home page on here. This is just a simple page. So it's over how you can contact us, how can you get a page, how can you get onto the company, the pricing, how you can find us if you have any questions. Shows an example of one of the pages we've made in the past. We got our logo and our title. We also have our About Us page, which talks about our beginnings, our mission, and our team. It's a full page that just to give a little bit of information about the company. That way any customers coming across the page would stay on the page and learn about the company. Then you have our contact information page, which shows the location of the business, has a phone number to contact or an email address, and has a direct contact form. This way they can directly get in contact with us without having to go through any hoops, going through any other pages, using any other technology. Now let's go back over to the presentation. So now, what am I asking for? I'm asking for $5,000 in return for 4.5% stake in my company. Now, Sharks, the only question that remains is whether or not you want to join the Credits Co family. Any questions?
Credits Co, is that the end of your presentation? You're ready for judge questions?
That is it.
Thank you so much. Okay, judges, we'll start a 3-minute Q&A period with Credits Co.
Are you aiming to direct your business toward businesses, or do you plan to have any discounts and that kind of thing for nonprofits that might be in the community that would like to have some web development services?
We plan to do discounts to some of the nonprofits on certain dates and events. For instance, like Cancer Week, we would do a discount to all cancer nonprofits or stuff like that. Discounts to certain companies depending on certain events.
Let me interrupt and just remind fundamentals that they are on deck. I'm sorry about that. And I'll add that back into your time, Kretzko.
Okay.
Hey, Trevor, I have two questions. First, I see that you're looking at charging $40 an hour. I'm curious as to what you see as the profit on top of that. So have you looked at your cost in regards to the time you're putting into it? That's my first question. Go ahead.
Well, the cost would simply be electricity bill, an internet bill, just the stuff to keep stuff online. We would make a good profit out of this, actually. It would almost be 100% profit because only 25 hours to create a page. As I mentioned before, $1,000 then per the average page. You make a massive profit off of that for 25 hours. That's not even the average 40-hour work week. So you make a good profit for a low cost. And it's really good because our competitors would charge us $6,000 upfront fee and then anything to another extra $1,000 as the process goes on. So it then cuts the price way back so that it's affordable for everybody in my community.
Very nice. My next question is, have you looked at what kind of follow-up services you may provide? Like creating the initial website is awesome. How are you going to work with those customers to keep that going?
After we've created a website, that's when we would offer to the customer to host the website for them for an extra, what was it? It was $30 a month. And that way we can host as well. And then they don't have to go through a middleman and get people taken out here and there to add extra charges to it.
Thank you.
Now, part of your presentation was asking for investments. What was the investment amount you asked for again?
$5,000 for 4.5% stake.
Okay, 4.5% stake. Okay, so if I were to invest $1,000 for every hour that you work, I'm not good at the mental math. So how much money would an investor make per your hour of working on a website?
Well, then that would be, they would make, if it's $1,000 per page, they would make $45 off of every web page, which means that within a year's time, which would be 24 hours a day, but you wouldn't work that much. It would only be probably 9 hours a day working times 5 work days a week. That's 45 hours a week. They would make that back in roughly 7 months, I believe is the time frame.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Kretzko. Judges, any final words? Our 3-minute time frame has passed, but if you have a quick one, maybe take it. His presentation didn't run the full time. Okay, well, wonderful. Well, again, we have fundamentals on deck. Judges, you have 2 minutes to work on your judging and commentary, and fundamentals get set up. Thanks, Kreitko. Good job.
And Denise, while everyone's getting, just for the students, I want to let you know that announcements will be made via email within the 24 hours following the competition. We won't be announcing those live today. So that will be coming out as a follow-up email to participants.
The drum will roll for 24 hours.
We'll try to get it to him quicker, but 24 hours is a good And that gives judges, that gives you a little time after the competition to submit your scores as well.
And fundamentals, again, is getting set up. And that means that on deck, we have Jewelry by Nat. So.
Excuse me for a minute. Hey, do you all have, is fundamentals been zoomed in already? Have you?
Is he not on your?
He's going to use mine, but I didn't know if you needed him to go ahead and zoom in too.
No.
No?
Yes, if anybody's with you in the classroom, they can be on to watch and they're in the other classroom, but yeah, they just need to get on this computer for you though.
Okay, then he's ready to go. Okay,
awesome. Thanks, Sarah.
How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
Let's get you all set up and then Denise will signal when to start.
Sure will. Just tell me when you're ready, fundamentals.
All right. I'm ready.
Okay, great. All right, we'll start the time. Presenting now, we have fundamentals.
All right. So my name is Matthias, and my business is a restaurant called Fundamentals. My call to action is I see people in the community not being able to afford a meal, let alone a quality meal. I also see people in my age and older struggle with simple things such as body language and posture. My goal is to make people better workers so that they can have a successful future. What is Fundamentals exactly? Fundamentals is a sports-themed sit-down restaurant that focuses on training its employees with life skills and even how to run a business. Fundamentals will give each customer, if they choose, a card for the low fee of $1 that allows them to get one free meal every month. They can donate their free meal to local charities. So the $1 fee is just to help pay for the production of the cards. And if they don't want their free meal for the month, say they want a different meal, then they can they have the option to donate that. Say we have a goal for 20 free meals for the local fire department. They can choose to donate to that and give those meals to the fire department. How will Fundamentals help the community? Members of the community and abroad can get a high quality, low price, or even free meal. Young employees can receive useful training and learn valuable skills, which we'll get into in a second. Free meal cards, once the customer pays the $1 fee for the card, it will be activated on a computer system, which will keep track of the days. The customers get a free meal once every month, which I adjusted to once every month instead of once every 10 days. But they can choose to give that meal away. The free meal would consist of a hamburger, a small fry, and a water. If they want a different meal, they would pay the normal amount. Here's the employee training. So once you started work there, you would pay $50. And the training will last for 6 months, but you can work after that. Our focus is to find employees from the age range of 16 to 20, and we would reserve the spots for that age group to work. Of course, some positions manager would have to be older so they can monitor the progress. Through the high school co-op program, if you're in high school co-op, you could get free training if like during school. They would receive minimum wage. All tips would be pulled together to help pay for that. The employees would rotate jobs, so they wouldn't just be a waitress or waiter. They would rotate to a dishwasher. That way, everyone's equally learning. They would be invested in the restaurant and be motivated to earn their money back. And there would be small surveys on the receipts that customers can fill out to help improve their performance. Pretty much, they'll learn the basics of running any restaurant. The financial aspects, health protocols, safety procedures, all that stuff, just kind of the basic business stuff. They'll learn correct body language when approaching someone, eye contact, always look people in the eye, posture, talking clearly, teamwork, and personal responsibility will be some of the things that they learn. So here's some of the questions that will be on the surveys for the customers to fill out. Did your waiter, waitress speak clearly and confidently? Was your waitress helpful? How was your experience at Fundamentals, and how could your waiter or waitress improve? Which these would be given to the manager so they could help the employees. The employees wouldn't be given these and get down on themselves. Like they would be the manager for improvement. Some of the atmosphere, there would be TVs playing sports channels, even local sports channels, and children's coloring sheets to give the children to keep them engaged as well. I knew I always wanted to color when I was at a restaurant. Some of the cost, it would need to be a restaurant-ready building. For a 4,000 square foot building, it'd be $4,000 per month. And here's some of the cost of the ingredients, some of the equipment that we would need. So it would round out to about 9,000, probably 500 actually. And some of the bills and employee salaries would be close to 1,000 for close to the beginning. We also have burgers, fries, and milkshakes. Pretty basic. Here's some of the cost of the food. We try to make it lower than other restaurants. We would use the Square computer system, the cash register system. That would be around $239 for the basic things. That would be a very efficient system to use. Our goal is to work with the schools for a reference for college and future jobs. That would help out the employees, especially if they're trying to get into college or a job application. They can see that they worked here. We'd like to build a relationship with the high school and potentially even have a class that was free of charge. They didn't have to work here. They could just learn some of the basic things. Local schools, newspaper ads, social media, of course, word of mouth and flyers, commercial Vibraxon Live, which is a volunteers streaming sports channels that have commercial slots open that we could use. Here are some of our competitors, just the local restaurants and basic restaurants.
You want to
Thank
wrap
you.
up in 10 seconds? Are you good? Thanks. Okay. Thank you, fundamentals. We now will start the 3-minute judge Q&A, and just a reminder that jewelry by Nat is on deck. So go ahead, judges.
I just have a quick question. Have you ran this idea by some of the community members or your friends? And what, if so, like what have they, what's the feedback?
John Skidmore, he owns some of the buildings in the mall. I talked to him about some prices, and he said it was a good idea. It'd be different. It'd be more focused on, he thinks it's a good idea. It'd be more focused on community and helping younger people. This wouldn't be their full-time job. This would be a starting job to help them prepare and help them be more successful in their next job. And and it'd be cheaper meals, it'd be donated meals for people that didn't want the free basic meal. Someone didn't want just a hamburger, like, he thinks it would be a good idea. I haven't talked to it a bunch about with my friends or anything like that, but the people that have helped me, my father, it's been positive feedback.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Would you care to go back to your slide that shows the prices?
What we're charging for the food?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
So this isn't cost of the items, your cost. This would be the customer cost?
Yes. And this is something that's it's kind of hard to estimate, but if this were a real restaurant, we'd figure it out and find a good balance, but this is what I have so far.
So do you have any idea, like in order to make a 4-ounce hamburger, do you know how much it would cost?
So a 4-ounce, a quarter pound, that'd be quarter pounder. So would cost 27 cents per burger. Some of the research that I did. And so a 4-ounce burger would be 27 cents for the burger, 11 cents for the cheese, and 26 cents for the buns, which would equal 64 cents. So if it was at $2.50, then we would be making a profit for that.
Okay.
And we wanted to go cheaper, but it's something like the expenses and stuff. We need to be able to pay the bills. So.
You introduced something interesting to me there when you were talking about everything the business was going to do. You said something about $50 to begin the training. Could you tell me a little bit more about your philosophy behind that? Like charging them $50 to take part in the training?
Yeah. So if they paid $50 and just decided to go a couple weeks and opt out, then we would benefit from that, but that's not what we want, obviously. So the $50 is just kind of a upfront thing, but over, I forget the time, but over a certain amount of time, they'll get that money back. And that's sort of a thing, just if they pay, it encourages them. So if they pay $50, then they're invested in the restaurant and they want to work to get that money back and more. They don't want to quit. They want to stay invested in the restaurant and continue to learn. So I think that's the main reasoning behind that.
Thank you so much, fundamentals. That's the end of the Q&A. Judges, we'll start a 2-minute transition, and jewelry by Nat is next. You can get set up. And on deck is Ladies Incorporated. Thank you, fundamentals.
Can I just say, being a round one judge, I'm already so impressed by how you all have adapted your businesses and kind of built out some of and from the feedback that we provided. So kudos to this group. Really, really impressed already.
I concur.
So once we save the score at the bottom, is that completely submitted to you all or not?
Let me double check, Jamie. I didn't show you.
I've only made it through the first one. Like I'm listening to one while filling out the other.
Yeah. It's definitely a little bit rapid. Let me double check. And that's why we want to give you all time to, at the end, kind of go back and review.
I know that 2 minutes makes me nervous, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I was wondering if, if I could go back after I submit.
Yes, you can. You can. Yeah, so I am seeing 4 approved, 4 pending for Bend the Trend. So that is working for all of you. So yeah, feel free to take notes, submit as you are, and then you're able to go back in afterwards.
Thank you.
Yep.
Quick question for Jewelry by Nat. Are you doing your presentation at school?
No, I'm at home.
Okay, that's why I was just trying to make sure I found you.
Yeah, and then unpin Sarah for a second while she's going to Denise.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to do. Well, I think that's what I'm getting ready to do. There she is. I was not finding her, so we'll remove her spotlight. And then, Nat, I am going to spotlight you. Okay. Judges, are you guys in good shape? Are you ready for us to get started? Okay, let me get that going. So our next business pitch is Jewelry by Nat. On deck, we have Ladies Incorporated. Jewelry by Nat, when you start, I'll start the timer.
Okay. So my name is Natalie and my business is Jewelry by Nat. Here I have a little overview of what I'll be going over, basically the puzzle pieces of my business. Customers. So my business is really focused on my local community because of my problem that I'll share in the next slide. Specifically teens, because I make this jewelry in my style, so it's pretty much for teens like me. It's also for people who like homemade jewelry that I make by hand and with care. Okay, so the problem is that in my county there are no jewelry stores, so I wanted to fix that. My customers in my area would have to travel. They would have to order online from different areas. So I offer jewelry as a solution that is affordable and local. Okay, so I plan to start selling just a few pieces in the beginning. I have some examples here. If you can see, my camera's not too good. But as time goes by, I will see what people are interested in. I will grow my collection. Alternatively to my business, the customers in my area would have to travel to bigger cities around me. They would have to purchase online from other areas. So I think the advantage that I have in that aspect is that I'm local, so they know who I am, they know I'm trustworthy, they know that I'll give them something worth their money. And also, I love to make jewelry, it's my passion, so it's not something that I feel obligated to do, it's something that I'm open to requests, I'm open to changes, because I love to do it. It doesn't feel like a business or a job to me, it's something that I like to do. Here are a few alternative Etsy shops. They are a little bit more expensive than mine, but they sell similar to me. Speaking of costs, in the beginning, I won't need to spend much money because I already have quite a few materials that I've saved up. I'll just need to buy packaging, like earring cards and mailers. to keep me going though, I will need to buy materials as I run out and packaging, of course. So in total, I estimate about $45 monthly. I plan to sell on Etsy just to keep it all in order, to keep it all together. But because I'm like focusing on my community, I'm not really going to include a shipping cost. So I'm going to start my pieces at $7, and I base that on how much it costs to buy the wire and the crystals and all of that. But of course, it'll change depending on the cost of materials and the time it takes to make certain pieces. Like I said, I'm not worrying about shipping because my first step will be to try to meet my customer so they don't have to go through shipping costs, worrying about tracking, all of that stuff. But if my customer isn't in my area, which I'm not only focused on my area, but if my customer isn't in my area, I will package and ship it to them. On the aspect of marketing, I plan to make an Instagram account just to promote all my products, show what I sell. And I was also considering consignment at a local store called Mountain Laurel Country Store. It showcases homemade stuff, other local businesses. I thought that might be a good idea. My call to action is that even though I live in a small community and a small town, I think that everyone here should be able to have opportunities to buy whatever they want without traveling, especially now that traveling probably isn't the best idea. I would love to be someone to provide them with an opportunity to get jewelry without needing to go to anywhere else but their home. So that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, great. You have good timing. That's the end of your presentation. You ready for some questions?
Yes.
Okay, judges, we'll start the question and answer period now. We have 3 minutes. So if you have some questions for Jewelry by Nat, and just a reminder that Ladies Incorporated is on deck. Thanks.
Hey, Nat, you brought up some of your costs. Could you tell me a little bit about how long it takes you to make these products and what you feel the value of that time is?
Okay, so most of my products are pretty simple. I mean, if you can see here, I have like pins and hooks and just little gems, or I have little lemons here, little butterflies. It doesn't take me a whole lot of time. It just takes time to like open up the wires, put all the gems on. It doesn't take me too much time to make earrings. It takes me a little longer to make rings, which I didn't show. But all in all, it doesn't take too long, so I can make quite a bit of earrings in a short amount of time.
I had a question. Whenever you were talking about your Instagram, it's actually something I could have asked everybody that came before you. But you talked about creating an Instagram account where you could show off your wares. Whenever you would create an Instagram account at the very beginning, you would have no followers. So I would be curious how you would plan to get and keep followers on your social media accounts.
Well, I would probably try to promote my account on my actual Instagram account and ask my friends and family to share it and do the same. In terms of keeping followers, I would probably just try to post new products, try to make videos, something to keep them interested.
My question is, you said that you would be a local resource. Do you plan on running this out of your home, or is it something that you would do a kiosk in, a location or craft fairs? Like what's your, how are you gonna have people meet with you, I guess, to purchase the jewelry locally?
I haven't really thought about that, about meeting on normal days. I probably would go, like whenever we have fairs or community events, I probably would try to set up a table there. In terms of meeting people, I don't know, I would probably just try to pick a spot. I live really close to a main town, so it would be really easy for me to meet people wherever they could meet. I know some people don't want to meet and go out because of Corona, but like I said, I would ship to people who don't want to meet.
All right, thank you.
Have you considered, have you looked at shipping costs to know how much that could potentially cut into your profits by shipping at no charge to folks?
Well, on Etsy, if I would have to ship, I would have to charge about $3 for shipping. I looked on Etsy for their average rate, and since my jewelry is small and doesn't take up a whole lot of packaging, it would be about $3.
All right, that concludes our time with judges' questions. Thank you so very much. Judges, we'll start your 2-minute time period. Ladies Incorporated, you are next. And on deck, we have Love Danny Crochet.
Thank you.
No, it's in here. It's right on here. There's a thing right there. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay. I need to get it going.
Ladies, are you on Miss Dennison's computer?
Yes, and we also have someone else coming. She's in quarantine right now, so she should be here soon.
Okay, I'm going to spotlight.
Yeah, I think she's on too.
Huh?
I think both of them are on already. I see the second Ladies Incorporated.
Yep, I found her too. Thank you.
Slideshow.
We have about 1 minute until you guys start. Let the judges get some of their thoughts together on our last one, and I'll let you know when it's time.
Yep.
Okay, judges, I hope that gave you a couple of minutes to get your thoughts started anyway. Our next business pitch is from Ladies Incorporated. Thank you, ladies. And when you start, I'll start the time.
Okay. So good morning. I'm Olivia.
I'm Jonna.
And I'm Zoe.
And as you can see, one of our girls is quarantined, so we have to do her over Zoom.
Our customers. Our customers are local and they live around us. We also have customers from out of state. We sell in-store, on consignment at local businesses, and also have a Facebook page.
Our problems. Our customers didn't like to shop in big box stores like Lowe's, Home Goods, Hobby Lobby, TJ Maxx, like all the places that they can find decor. And it was also hard for people to find what they were looking for. They wanted something different and something that they could customize, and it didn't look like everything else.
Alternatives. We are not only affordable, but we are right at our customers' fingertips. We also cater to our customers' needs, and our competition is big stores and other people who make DIY decorations or craft stores, just locally businesses.
Solutions. We offer our customers handmade products that can also be customized to their wants and desires. We could also make decorations because a lot of people they could do it, but they don't want to take the time to do it, so they'd rather just spend the money to go out and buy it.
Benefits. Some of our benefits are that we are local and our customers don't have to go far because we don't live close to big box stores, so they'd have to travel to get to a store. And all of our crafts are unique because it's all handmade and made perfectly for our customers' desires.
Our advantages. We are available locally, and our products are just as good as the ones at big box stores. And only our customers, they don't have to go very far. It's just right close to them. We also have relationships with our customers. We get to know them, get to know what they like, different types of stuff they like, and we learn the needs and wants for the products.
Distributing. We deliver to our local customers and they can also pick up in store. We also ship out orders to people who buy online from other states or customers who want their orders shipped. And with our current situation with Corona, a lot of people want to stay in still. So we are offering shipping to local customers.
Revenue. So we have different ways for our customers to pay. They can pay through PayPal, Apple Pay, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and we also accept cash. So right here, we made a little graph for us to see what our price was, our cost, our income, how much we were making, and we decided to share it with you. So as you can see, these are our items that we can make for people and they can customize this stuff. And that's the price that we are selling it for. And the cost is how much we have to pay to get the materials. And our profit is how much we make from each item that we sell.
So our startup needs and cost. All of our materials that we have, we bought from the Dollar Tree or we just had laying around our house. We decided to start our business because we all love to craft and make things, and we wanted other people to enjoy our handmade crafts. To begin, we all pitched in $10 to get the materials, and after making our first product and selling it, we were just hooked on starting a business and want to expand in the future.
Our message. We have a Facebook page where we advertise and we also sell them there. Also, a little word of mouth. Our local customers that have purchased products from us before tend to talk to others to give feedback on our products, and we have a lot of positive feedback on our Facebook page. We also plan to put a small ad in the local newspaper and on our local radio stations. We also go to local craft shows to advertise our products so you can see them more personal.
So here's a few examples. If you saw our first pitch video, these were on there. The first piece right here is the Easter decoration. It only cost us $5 to make, and we sold it for $10, or you can pay an extra $2 for the customization. The second one here is a 3-tier stand. You can put it in your bathroom, kitchen, anything to organize. It costs us $5 to make, and we sold it for $10. And the third decoration, you can hang it on a wall. It goes with any color scheme, any pattern. It only costs us $7 to make, and we sold it for $15. And I think that's all for our presentations.
So do any of you have any questions for us?
Thank you so much, Ladies Incorporated. Like that.
Thank you.
We'll start a 3-minute Q&A from the judges. So judges, when you start, I will start the timer. Also, if you are not presenting and turn off your video, you can welcome to watch everyone, but you might want to turn off your video. Okay, thanks. Let's go ahead with the questions.
You mentioned some of your competitors a little bit. Could you all tell me how your all's prices compare to theirs?
Yeah, so if you were to go to Marshall's or Home Goods or Hobby Lobby, their prices would be a lot higher than what ours are because it is different materials and they like to make more revenue than we do. And we like to get what our customers like, and we make a little bit of money, but we also can make stuff that they just love.
You all also mentioned a Facebook page. Is this like currently up and running?
It's currently not. We've been working on that. We're trying to get everything set up to get our business all the way together to go ahead and pursue.
That's awesome. I just wanted to ask, because I was going to ask what kind of traction you were already gaining with that. So
I have a question about your prices, then the chart where you showed the prices and the cost. I noticed that, like, for example, the bottom 2 pieces, you sell them both for $10. One costs you $5 to make and one costs you $3, to where you make $2 more on the bottom one than the one right above it. So that makes me wonder, why even make the one above it, make the one below it and make $2 more a pop? Or should you think about scaling to where you're making the same amount of money, basically that's the same ratio for cost to the actual price, so that way it stays even across the board? Just curious on your thoughts on that.
Right, yeah, we could do that. The one below it actually is, or actually the one above it is more sought after. People really like that one more, so it's in high demand. So we make more of those, but also the one below it, people do buy that, but that is a good point. We should sell the one that makes the more profit.
I have a question about how much, when you take the profit, how much of that profit are you putting back into your materials versus setting something aside for investment or paying yourselves.
Zoe, do you want to answer?
Yeah, so probably about 50% of the profit that we make goes back towards the materials, because the materials we get aren't that expensive. Like, we get it from the Dollar Tree and we just get stuff, we paint it, just make it look better to make it more affordable and look better for the crafts that we make.
Sure.
So our goal is to make $1,000. So we just keep trying to build on that. And as soon as we hit that mark, we will make a better goal.
Okay, thank you.
That concludes our Q&A. So judges, you have a couple of minutes to get ready. Thank you so much, Ladies Incorporated. Love Danny Crochet, you are next up. So we'll use this time to get you set up. Thank you.
I just need you to help me with getting my presentation.
Okay. All right, they didn't close theirs.
Sarah, is Danny using your station?
Yeah, she's using mine.
Great.
Yeah, she's here. Screen sharing has stopped. Screen sharing has stopped as the shared window is closed. I guess I need to reshare.
Yeah, I think they might have hit that because it's still all enabled on my side.
Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, let me see if I can find Danielle's. It's where did we put it, Danielle? Down here? There it is.
I'm not sure.
You're ready. Here we are.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. So all you have to do is hit, start. Do you want this up full screen like this, or?
Oh, I'd rather see my presentation. So that's fine.
No, you won't be able to see her. You only got 1 minute left if you don't be able to see her. That is the only thing. So you can probably see everything. Just click everything on there. Start.
Hello.
Hi, love Danny Crochet. Thank you so much. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Hey, our next pitch is from Love Danny Crochet, and I will start the timer when you begin presenting.
Okay, thank you. Hello, my name is Danielle Vareland, and I'm owner and creator of Love Danny Crochet. The entire reason I even started this business was because as I was a kid, my mother would always put me in like itchy scarves or hats that wouldn't even cover my ears. So for this reason, I never really liked small winter accessories until I was older, and I realized that I could buy them for myself. And during my 6th grade year in middle school, my first year of middle school, my school started offering a crochet club, and I was immediately interested. So me and my best friend joined together due to the fact that I've always been one of DIY projects and making things with my hands. I much prefer the sentimental value over buying something straight from the store. We currently sell on Poshmark, which is a resale app. We plan to switch to Etsy in the future. However, you have to be 18 to make an account, so I have to wait a couple more months. We also plan in the future to sell at craft fairs such as Braxton County Fair and just set up a booth and sell what we have in stock. The problem that we are currently trying to solve is to allow people to have access to quality winter accessories. And how we're solving this issue is by making scarves and hats. And in the future, we really want to make blankets and gloves and maybe even leg warmers. All of these items will be customizable, of course, so you can choose your colors. And if you wish, you can send in your own, you can take a couple measurements, so then we can have the item tailored specifically for you. And of course, we all sell these at a reasonable price. Currently, our competitors are Walmart and other small Etsy shops. I did a little looking around the other day at Walmart, and they do have a crochet headband that is similar to a one that I sell. It was $6. I was going to spend the $6 on it to do a comparison, but I could not even bring myself to spend the $6 on it due to the fact that it felt like an old, cheap living room rug. And if I had worn it for more than a couple minutes, it would have given me rug burn on my ears. The quality was very, very poor. Mine you can put in the washer as long as it is on the hand wash setting, and it'll come out looking brand new. But with Walmart's, I have a feeling it would have fallen apart. With the Etsy shops, they also have very good quality. However, their prices are quite up there. I like to keep mine down a little bit so that you can get the sentimental value and the love that comes with it, and just the good quality product at a reasonable price so that everybody can afford it. Currently, we actually have a Facebook page as of right now, Love Danny Crochet on Facebook. It currently has 100 followers. And then in the future, as we grow a little bit more and a little bit more, we will then invest into Facebook ads and then start our Instagram page and then therefore our Instagram ads. As you can see, our most expensive product is $25 as of right now. And it's also my newest product, which is an infinity scarf. I will have a couple representations. I will have a picture in the next slide, and I also have a couple examples here with me. So my most expensive product is $25. My cheapest is $15. So with one skein of yarn, which is $8, I can make around $31.25 worth of profit. And minus shipping costs and all of that good stuff, it's about $25 worth of profit. So I did a little bit of math, and if I were to sell 10 scarves per month, it would be around $250, and then minus shipping, it will be around $210 worth of profit. Here, this was one of my very first customers, my Aunt Maura. She ordered 2 feather headbands and 2 feather infinity scarves. And I actually, since we are on this topic, I have one of the headbands with me right now. And as you can see, I have my own little label that is hand sewn on. And I also made this scarf for my mother for Mother's Day. And again, my own little label. But the infinity scarf right now is one of my most sought and most bought items as of right now. And it was actually, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll add that to your time at the end. No worries.
My Aunt Maura was one of my very first customers, and it was actually her idea for the infinity scarf. So I totally took to action on that. I made it, I fell in love with it, and I posted it, and I got 5 orders within a matter of a couple days. So I have sold around 6 of those, I believe, and everybody has loved them so far. So that was my presentation, and I would like to thank you all for your time.
Thank you so much. So Love Danny Crochet is our current business. And so I'll set the timer, and we have 3 minutes from our judges. Noah's makeup service, you are on deck. And judges, when you start, I'll start the timer.
So how long does it take to make one of the infinity scarves, and is that time included in your cost? Do you value your time?
Yes, yes, I do. Okay, I'm sorry. It takes me around, if I were to just work straight across, normally it'll take me a couple days due to the fact that I have school and whatnot. But if I were to work straight across and get it done in one day, it will probably take me about 5 or 6 hours to finish one infinity scarf.
I just wanted to say that every question that I came up with while you were presenting, you eventually answered it. So great job on your presentation. I thought you did. You're welcome.
So you mentioned your Facebook page and having 100 people on it at this point. Can you tell me how you built that following and how you continue to plan to continue building it?
Yes, of course. I started off at the beginning by just making things and then giving them to my mom, and then she would wear them and post pictures. And eventually I started my own Facebook page for my business. And I started off by sending it to everybody I had on Facebook, absolutely everybody, even if it was people that I didn't even know very well. I sent it to all of my family members, all of my close friends, and it just grew from there. And people have just started following, and now it's getting to the point where it's people that I don't know. So I'm reaching a bigger part of everything. So that's quite exciting for me. I actually just hit 100 followers, I believe yesterday or the day before. So that is quite exciting for me. I have not been quite active on my Facebook page recently, and that is due to the fact that I do not plan to expand anytime soon because school is very busy for me right now. But I do plan to keep it small as of right now, and I love crocheting, so I will keep doing this for a while.
Any other questions from our judges? Well, as one of the judges said, Danny, you did a good job answering the questions they had generated. So that is really, really good. So there's a few more seconds if anybody has a question. But otherwise, judges, will let you guys work on your scoring. Thank you. Love Danny Crochet. That was beautiful. And Noah's makeup service is on deck.
Thank you very much for your time, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna get Noah here ready.
Awesome.
Okay. Let's see where she's at.
And while she's doing that, I want to let Stuff Incorporated know that they are on deck and are following Noah's makeup services.
It seems to be going pretty smooth so far, I think. Yeah.
Did Game for Education make it on?
I haven't seen him yet. I've been texting him and emailing him. I don't know.
Okay, good. I've been watching for him too, so I just wanted to.
He may still be in bed. I don't know what he's doing.
I know the wolf pack is on here.
Yeah, I've seen them too. Okay. Here we go, Noah. Okay, you ready? You just click right down here, okay, and that'll start the slideshow.
Hello.
Hey, Noah, are you, you just let me know when you're ready and I will start the timer. The judges still have a 30 seconds to finish their judging, but you get yourself ready and then.
All right. Alrighty, I'm ready. Ready as I'll ever be.
You're ready. You are. Okay, judges, are you guys ready? Okay, great. I've got the thumbs up from Andrew. All right. Well, our next business pitch is from Noah's Makeup Service. Welcome, Noah. Good luck.
Thank you. This is my business, Noah's Makeup Service. I serve the men and women of my community who want to be pretty, but don't feel like they can be. I do it all: emergency date nights, weddings, etc. And yes, I even put men in makeup because I think men deserve to be pretty too. I even do special occasions for parties and weddings and stuff like that. The problem is that people in my area don't really have a place to go. They could go to like Clarksburg or stuff like that, but that's a waste of money on gas and other things. And since I'm a small county, no one really does this kind of thing, like no makeup and everything else, but I just thought I'd help my community out. My solution to the problem with my community is, after I finish beauty school, I'll come back to my area and start my own service. I'll have a website, a phone number for my business. Whoever wants my service, they can just come to me. There are some pros and cons to doing this. The pros: I pursue my passion full time. The major push for many emerging makeup artists is they're stuck in a boring job they aren't interested in. They don't really want to do it, so why not just quit and go into the career you want to go into? Second pro is more practice. More practice equals more credibility. The more practice I get, the more people will want my service, the more people will want to call me, come down there, do whatever I need to do, and I might end up being professional. Not really sure. The one con with this is the uncertain budget. Most of the time, the budgeting is not that great. Can't really afford the stuff that people want. So that goes into that. And it's random hours. Full-time jobs don't really have have to get a second job. So, and all that just to make a living while I do my other service on the side. The money I make will let me go into my business, and how I make money is I either get paid by the employer or the customer just comes and pays me. The average makeup artist in the industry makes around $35,000. The things I'll need for my service are my high school diploma or a GED, the certificate that I went to college, my beauty's license, and some include a VTEC level 3 diploma, a VTCT level 3 diploma, an ITEC level 3 diploma, a City and Guilds diploma, and a Makeup Standards Authority diploma. The courses that are offered in colleges for the creative arts and school and beauty academies will also need a makeup kit. I will also need a makeup kit so that I can travel to places where I can come and, since some people can't come and go from me, I go to them or they come to me. What I'm asking for is enough money so I can get my business started and up and going. Don't really have that much money at the moment, don't have a job, still in high school. Really can't afford a fancy kit. So if I get some money, I might be able to afford one. How much I charge and advertising. I charge $20 an hour, but on special occasions like holidays and stuff, I give a $5 discount if they pay in cash. Card, I don't give a discount. That's just too much work just to give a discount for your card. But like I said, 5% discount off of $20, that's a deal. People can find me on my website or on the radio. Since most people in my area listen to the radio, we don't have that much technologically inclined. We're not technologically inclined at the moment. What we are, it's just not that great. They can find me on social media and stuff too. Any questions?
I think you know that's the end of your presentation, and the judges will have a few questions for you.
I know that you think that, getting to school is going to be expensive and all of that, but make sure, have you reached out to those schools to see what kind of scholarship options or, grants, any type of support for you financially?
Not yet. I'm looking into it, but I haven't reached out to them yet.
Okay, might want to do that. It'll definitely help you. But okay, thank you.
Hey, Noah, could you tell me a little bit about the timeline? So I know this is something you have to have some education for. When do you believe you could start turning a profit on this?
I feel like I could do this like sometime after high school, but I'll graduate 2 years from my time in beauty school, so 2023 would most likely be the time.
I also saw your $20 an hour, and I know you said you don't really have anyone who does this in your community. Can you tell me how that compares to competitors in other communities, like where this service would be more?
The service will most likely be more in different counties, like somewhere, but main county that does this kind of thing, main place that does this is up in like near Barbersville, Charleston, and Huntington. But I just thought I'd help my community out by adding us to this whole thing.
Do you know what they charge there?
No, Sephora is not real. I don't think Sephora does like a freelancing stuff like that, or just a business that sells the products. Mac, I don't know. I think Mac does it, but like I said, for most businesses, it's messed up hours and stuff like that. So they're really not on deck all the time.
So would you be offering any other cosmetology related services, or do you just want to focus on makeup?
If they want nails and hair and stuff like that, I could do that, but mainly I'll be focusing on makeup and stuff like that. But if the makeup thing doesn't work out that well, I can do nails and hair. I'll just go apply for a nail and hair job.
How many have you had clients yet? Have you already started this?
No, not yet. I haven't even applied for the school yet.
Sure.
I just need to.
I was just wondering if you practiced on friends or have done any type of.
I've practiced on myself, my siblings, and shocking my dad.
All right, awesome.
Great. Well, that concludes our question and answer, unless someone has one last quick question. Thank you so much, Noah.
You're welcome.
And
thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Game for Education was on deck, Miss Sarah, and I still do not see them. So Wolfpack, I know that you are presenting remotely. So are you ready to get on deck too? And the judges will have their 2 minutes to work on scores, and Wolfpack, you can get started. How about that?
Okay.
Thanks. You can turn on your video in a couple when I tell you Wolfpack, and then I can spotlight you.
All right.
Hey guys, I have stuff incorporated in my room over here. Do you want her to go ahead and go, or you want to have?
Oh gosh, did I skip her? I did. That's my bad, Miss Sarah. I'm so sorry. Yeah, let's get stuff incorporated. I moved my script and my list, and I just went on. So let's go there. And Wolfpack, you just stay on deck. My apologies.
That's fine. I'll get her over here.
Thank you, Sarah. Keep me on track.
Okay.
Judges, you'll have an extra second or two here.
Yeah. Okay, let's find your. Got it in the other one here. You can be fine.
Social anxiety, please fail me now.
There you go. And you are stuffed. Okay, you ready to go? Just click the, make it play. All right.
I'm so sorry, Stuff Incorporated. I moved my screen too quickly. My apologies to you on that. Sorry. I'm so glad you've got a good advocate in Mrs. Dennison to keep you in queue. So judges, again, sorry. We have Stuff Incorporated on doing their pitch next. On deck, the Wolfpack, and we'll start whenever you are ready.
Okay. I am Tempest, and my business is Stuff Incorporated.
There is a complete and utter lack of decent office supplies in the smaller towns of West Virginia. And to get decent office supplies, you have to travel to the bigger cities like Huntington or Charleston and Clarksburg. I want to fix this by having a shop set up near some smaller towns where people can have access to good products whenever they want them. I want this to be a storefront retail business, and I will sell office supplies like staplers and printers, and possibly have a consultation service to the side where we can provide customers the best products for their needs. We don't have very many competitors in the area because of the lack of office supply stores, and the stores that do sell office supplies sell very cheap ones like Walmart and Dollar General. Our only major competitors are like online stores that can get you your products quickly. We plan to sell to people in need of office supplies, like office workers and people that just use them in their everyday lives. And we want to advertise them with the standard advertisings like commercials and websites. Thank you for your time. Oh, sorry, financials. It'll be probably about $6,000 to get like a store and pay employees and get products from a wholesale business to stock our store. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuff Incorporated. Judges will start a 3-minute Q&A if you have some questions for Stuff Incorporated.
Have you ID'd any potential clients in your area?
No, I haven't.
And then one more question. You said you would need $6,000 to get started. Can you tell us how you arrived at that figure? Like what things would need that, that amount of money, and how long would that last you?
Well, the cost to buy a place to do our business in is about $3,500. And to get products to stock our store would be about another $500, along with employee salaries.
I know you mentioned that one of the problems is there's not a place in your community that does something like this.
Yes.
Have you done any kind of assessment within the community to gauge the interest in a business that provides this kind of service?
Not much, but there really isn't anywhere to get the things that we're selling.
Have you thought about customizing like a website and then just promoting it within your community, just something like that? Have you done that type of research yet to see?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Were you inspired by your own love of stuff? Because I'm a stuff lover myself.
Yes,
I love my coordination. So good.
Any other questions for Stuff Incorporated? Well, thank you so very much, Stuff. And I am a lover of stuff as well. So I can appreciate that, Miss Teresa, and your company for Stuff Incorporated. So wonderful. We will start a 2-minute period for the judges to work on their scoring and for the Wolfpack to get set up. Thank you, Wolfpack, for indulging my blunder, and you will be next. I'm really telling the truth. Wolfpack, we have about 30 seconds before we get started. Don't forget to, yeah, as I was just going to say, don't forget to turn on your video. Thank you. Can you share your screen, Wolfpack? I'm not seeing it. I just wanted to make sure. Now I see you. Are you ready to begin?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, we have our next business pitch from the Wolfpack. I'll start the timer when you begin.
Okay, good morning. I'm Hannah Radcliffe. I founded the Wolfpack. So a question I know I'm going to get is, why did I pick this specific service? I picked this service because I know how to do it and I know what I'm doing. And I actually found that nearly 50%, 57% of people just plain skip walking or taking care of their dog's needs because they don't want to do it. So this is not always the case they're lazy, but it usually is. But a lot of people do have full-time jobs and it makes it hard to find time to do that. So my main goal is really to make sure a dog gets their most out of their life before they leave. And my advantage is I've grown up with dogs since I was probably 4 years old. I have dogs of all ages, all different needs. So what does my business offer? In viewing, it's like a doggy daycare service that goes to you. So maybe you can't meet us somewhere or you don't have time to drop your dog off. We can drive to your house and come get him. We will probably ask a couple of days to come see the dog, make sure the dog don't attack us or bite at us. So we will walk them, teach them basic commands. We'll make sure they're up to date with hygienic care, bathing, teeth, nails. And we just make it to where you can take it easy knowing your dog's taken care of. And if you have to work late last minute or you can't get home in time, we will stay with your dog till you come home. The audience I'm mainly targeting is the working people and elderly. The elderly do have medical needs. They could fall, hurt their hips or something, and they can't take care of their dog anymore. We can go and take care of them and make sure you're getting the help you need and your dog's getting their care too. And with working people, their schedule gets busy sometimes, and we get that. So that's where my service will come in handy and help. So what are my price points? For one dog, I would charge $10, and for two, it would be $18. 30-minute walks are for $20 to $25. It would depend on where. Hours are for $35. We will provide the hygienic care stuff, nail clippers, like the shampoos, whatever they need, for about $25. It could vary depending on the dogs. We can teach them basic commands, sit, lay, fetch. The day watching, take care of the dog for the entire day, whatever they need. 15 to 30, again, depends on your amount of dogs. And I, like I said before, can meet the customer at any location they need or go to their house for the dogs. So what do I need to start my business? I estimated about 200, but that was just a ballpark range. As you see, I've listed all the things, where I've gotten, where I've found them. Again, it could vary and change. That's about it.
Okay, does that conclude your presentation?
Yes.
Okay, judges, we can start some questions that you may have for the Wolfpack, and we'll get that started now.
I'm just curious about your competition in your area.
I looked online and just in my community area, there's no one currently offering dog services.
Are there veterinarians or places where you could inquire, or I'm just, I'm not from that area, so I'm just curious.
There are veterinarian offices, but where I live, they're pretty far away. They're about 20 to 30 minutes away.
Okay, thank you.
I see that you offer a half an hour and an hour walking option in there. And then I knew that you said 57% of people just don't walk their dog. What are the recommended walking requirements for a dog? Like, what do they recommend?
Most websites told me people, if they estimate you should walk your dog at least twice a week, usually in the mornings, but some people just don't want to do it.
And when you list 1 dog and 2 dogs there, or is that the cost on top of whatever the service is based on how many animals you're working with?
Yeah.
Have you gone through any training for teaching the basic commands and those types of things? I'm just curious.
No, I've not gone through really like school training or anything, but we've taught our dogs the basics.
Are there the hygienic care, the bathing, teeth, nails, those kind of things, to be able to charge for those things? Is there any kind of training required for those, or licensing or anything like that that would be an additional cost that you would need to cover?
I would probably have to go through like a test and stuff for them. I tried looking into it, but everything was giving me a different response and answer.
Do we have any other questions?
I just want to know what kind of dog she has.
I have 2 boxers, one's 13, one's 5, and a black lab mix back here. We think she's 6 or 7. We found her at a gas station.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you so much, Wolfpack. We appreciate your presentation. So judges, we'll start a 2-minute transition. We do have Game for Education. I'm going to do a little bit of work on my end to get him logged in. He needed it sent to a different email address. So I'm going to work on that, and then and you guys can work on your scoring. Thanks so much.
Hey guys, I'll just pipe in while Denise is pulling up the next one in games. Glad games we could get him on board with us. I, had the privilege of judging in round 1 as did Denise and Amber, and I am incredibly impressed of how far you guys have come. You did some nice work. Some of you came to our coaching sessions. We talked about finance and market research, and I've heard those words a lot more today than I did in round 1, and so really impressed with what you guys have done and the changes you've made. And thank you, mentors. Obviously, you guys have been great for them. And judges, again, thank you for your time. This has been good. We got a few more to go, but just want to let you know I'm thrilled with what we're seeing today.
Yeah, it's a great job. I am having a hard time getting this to send to a different address for Eric, so I might just have to add him as a new one. So give me just another second, and I know judges you can use this time, so thanks.
And again, we won't be announcing the winners today. And I'm sorry, students, because we were able to do that yesterday, but we had less teams yesterday. We knew this one would be a little bit tight because I think we have 11 teams, but great job. And judges, I know it's a little stressful trying to get this all in. but we'll be going right to the wire on this one.
All right, so I think that should be going out to Eric's student account now. It's the spinning wheel, you know, which always makes any moderator a little nervous. So sorry about that. Okay, sorry that you guys had to see my face during all that. It looks like Eric is getting on, so that makes me happy and lets me know that Game for Education is in queue. I am just checking the sites to see. Lori is on too, so we have our final two competitors ready to go. So that'll be awesome. Looks like Eric is logging on. So Eric, if you share your screen, I will spotlight you.
Okay. Give me a second.
Sure. Take a second. Thank you. Thanks. I wanted to also tell Bougie Brains that you're on deck. So appreciate that you be ready in about 10 minutes. So thank you. All right, Eric, can everyone see his screen? Okay, thanks. When you're ready, I'll start the timer.
Can we see Eric?
I see Eric's presentation. I do not see Eric. Eric, can you show your face too? Thank you, Martina.
Yep. Give me a second.
Sure.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. No worries there.
I messed up. Give me a second.
Denise, we still have the roof pack on Spotlight.
Thank you. Let me get her.
Give me a second.
Taken care of there. All right, thank you.
Give me a second. Apparently. Why is it?
Shall we let him present without his face, judges, or would you like to take another minute and let him get settled?
Am I on here for a second?
Yes.
I don't have a video. He doesn't have that he can be shown because we didn't have a video or a picture thing for him.
Gotcha.
So you may not be able to see him.
That's okay. That's okay. Eric, put your presentation back up and then we just will not be able to see your face at home, but we want you to be strong in your voice and represent your business well with the words that you have to say. And thank you so much. Thanks for that, Sarah.
second. For some reason, it kept on like presenting my voice.
Your sound is great. If you'll get your presentation back up, I think that you'll be ready to go.
Just an issue that just showed up. Trying to fix it as soon as possible. Like I did this presentation before. It just I still had my voice in it. I'm trying to delete it so I could actually do the presentation in person.
Okay, maybe you can just mute that sound because we're going to have to get started, and I can give you 1 more minute to try to resolve that. And if not, let's get that thrown up there and you tell us about Game for Education.
Okay.
Judges, you're capturing about another minute if you need it. But
Okay, I got it. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen.
great. I'm glad that worked out. When you start, I'll start your 5 minutes. Eric, can you see me, Denise, the spotlight?
Yeah, I could see you.
Okay, good, because you weren't on, but if you get close, when you get to 4 minutes, I'll hold this up as an indicator that your time is ending if you're running long, okay? So, all right,
Okay.
so next business pitch is Game for Education.
Okay. I'm talking about games for education. My name is Eric Zhao. Let's see next. Okay. The main point, like I want to be like more of a business speaker to actually encourage people to actually developing a school or activities for in school for people to actually add a game club to their school no matter what. So most kids at this period of time, kids play games. They learn stuff from the games. They don't learn a lot anymore from school because they're more interested in games, and like games could help them communicate better and think faster than what they are doing in school. So if the school adds game like club or something like that to play games, it's not a bad thing, but most adults will think it is, but it's actually not. It helps kids develop their brain like to think faster and let their brain to relax and have fun. And people like kids, most kids are shy and they get bullied because they're shy. Games could help that to prevent it from their kid getting bullied. So I know in my past life, I seen a lot of adults playing games, and I see a lot of like online friends that are shy, and then kids that are living in different places will give them advice on what they should like, how to overcome it, because most kids just do not talk about games in their own VChat. They usually help people that are actually stuck and giving them advice and talking about like, oh, like I need some help on how to do this puzzle, and then they will teach you, and then you will learn it. Learning new things, such thing as playing games. Most kids doesn't like to play games, but that's fine. But you should always try it because it's like part of your childhood life. Even in the 90s, there is not many games out yet, but you still are able to learn many new stuff just by staying in the playground for like 2 weeks or 2 hours. You meet new friends, you have better chance of communication, your communication will improve. No matter what, how expensive or cheap the game is, it's the same play style. Expensive, wow, that's good. The only thing that's good is the quality, but they're all the same. Battle Royale game is really nice. It's mostly focused on communication, improving on your lack of skills. If someone is lacking on communication, they could slowly improve it. They could slowly improve it. They could slowly improve it by helping, just by playing the game. It's like time to time, you just improve instantly. Like how I improved when I was playing a game, I joined a chat with a bunch of random people, and I started to talk more because I'm very feeling comfortable, and they are most likely more friendly. So living alone, and you're able to play games just to feel like you are mean and like mean something, and I have like bunch of friends from all different kind of state, different cultures, learning different cultures, like how they live and what's their style and stuff like that. And I was able to communicate. I was able to get out my shy stage, just like how I am doing right now, presenting to all of you guys. It would like,
Eric,
it will
that
help.
concludes your time. If you can wrap up in about 10 seconds.
Okay. It helps. It, like, to be fair, it really helps. When I was little, I always think about there should be a club, or there should be a school that helps, like that plays games, and then kids will join, and then they will learn communication, improve their communication, improve their way of thinking.
Thank you so much, Eric.
Yep.
We appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully you'll get some more details out about your idea when the judges ask their questions. So judges, this begins a question answer period. Bougie Brains, you are on deck, and we'll start the Q&A.
So Eric, have you investigated anything as far as like a career or the education required? Because I know that WVU, they have a master's program in video game design, but I don't know about the aspects of communication, like how that's put out. Like what do you envision as a game in education? Because, you know, we basically have worked remotely this past year, and we understand that digital communication is the way it goes. And we've all come out of our comfort zones, I think, by doing this type of thing. So you're definitely on the right path, but go ahead.
There is something called twitch.tv. It's for people that are able to play games, and then streaming for kids, like little kids and stuff like that. It's really enjoyable. You don't need any degrees. You could start on middle school, and then you just start working your way up. Just play games, and then just have a laugh, you know. And then people are gonna start joining in. They're gonna get interested, and then they're gonna start donating to you for you to continue doing that.
Okay, gotcha. Well, as an avid mother of an avid gamer, I'm using the hand-me-down chair from gaming. So I understand, and I think it's definitely, you have a future there. You just have to pursue the research and go accordingly. Good luck.
Thank you.
Do any of our other judges have questions? Okay, well, thank you so much, Eric and judges. And so we'll start a 2-minute judging period, and we will also let Bougie Brains get on deck and ready to go.
Okay. Do I start muting my mic?
You do.
Okay, my bad.
And Ms. Lori, I am spotlighting your video so that you'll stay up in the queue with me. And Bougie Brains, thank you guys. I want to just give you a couple of things since you're just getting on. You have a 5-minute pitch period, but when it's 1 minute left, I will give you a visual cue. So someone can be watching for that, just so you don't go over your time. So, and again, since you guys are just getting on, any questions on that?
Can you hear us okay?
I can hear you. Judges, can you hear them okay? Okay. All right. Just make sure the judges are ready. All judges are ready. Jamie's giving me a head nod, so you're my official yes. Okay, Bougie Brains, you are up. When you start, I'll start your 5-minute pitch. Again, watch for the visual cue when you get to 1 minute, followed by 3 minutes of Q&A from the judges. So good luck, and Bougie Brains.
Do they share a presentation?
Do you have anything behind you? You're live presenting? Yeah, they're live presenting, Miss Martina. Okay, thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Athena.
I'm Todd.
And I'm Gabriel.
Our company is the Bougie Brain. Our product is a safe and sound mouth guard, and we are here to ask for $250,000 for 10% investment. This investment would be used for initial investment of the product. We all three here are student athletes, and we've been around concussions and head injuries. And we think it is very important that the people are aware of it, with kids lying because they want to play the sports. And West Virginia School State Code 18-2-25 requires principals to document concussions and follow the protocol. I personally have had a concussion throughout basketball games. Had an adrenaline running, didn't know it at the time. We got home, my adrenaline wore off. I was nauseous, throwing up, and it just wasn't a good time.
Our product offers a solution to this problem because the mouth guard will detect the G forces of the blows to the head that could lead to possible concussions. Our mouth guard will have sensors in it that will detect the blows that will record the data to their medical records. It will also be linked by Bluetooth to the parents' and coaches' phones that will tell them when their child has had a hard blow.
What it takes for our product. It takes a transmitter for $8, an accelerometer for $113, a micro battery for $5, a charger rechargeable for $10. The transmitter is built into the mouth guard that transmits the blow to the head to the phones and the apps. The accelerometer detects the forces of the blow to the head.
We are partnering with WVU Engineering, in which they will make the prototype mouth guard. As of now, we have a mock-up mouth guard made of modeling clay, and it is to represent the product. In exchange, we will pay them in a supply of mouth guards for the athletes. In the long run, we hope the mouth guards can be sold by Nike and Under Armour. We want to market our product to parents, coaches, athletic directors, and school administration to provide security to parents and coaches and allow accountability to coaches and kids if they try to hide a serious injury.
We believe our product is better than others on the market because the only ones that offer something like this is companies like Lawrence and Riddles, which is a helmet company, which is only for football.
We are aware that our product is not priced high enough, but its total price of $175. But we think it is important that all families are able to purchase it and use it for their kids. That's it.
Hey, thank you for your presentation. I know that the judges will have some questions, so I will change the timer to 3 minutes for the judges Q&A. And first judge that starts, I'll start the timer.
Might have missed this. Are these going to be custom fit to the athletes?
Yes.
Has there anything been designed already, that's comparable? Just curious.
Only the helmets for football that Lawrence and the Riddle companies, but it's only available for one sport.
This mouth guard is able for all sports, like cheerleading, basketball.
Would you all care to hold your mock-up of your mouth guard a little bit closer to the camera so we can see it better?
Will there be some kind of an ID, so if, there's a couple people that on the same team that have those mouth guards, or parents have chosen to invest in them and they have those, so will there be a custom ID for those? So when one's found in the locker room that somebody forgets?
It's Bluetooth to like the parent's phone. All they have to do is like download an app that's free, and it's Bluetooth to the coaches, parents, and the mouth guard.
You talked
So will
about
that have some kind of location? Will that have some kind of a location finder, like find my phone, find my mouthpiece?
Will it be logged in through your name? Like you have to go through a program?
You talked a little bit about your target audience. How do you intend to fully promote this product? Like, what are some of your plans to get this out there?
Our strongest one would be social media because everyone's on it. And we've also thought about like newspaper, and the principals, like get it known through the school, because the principals are required to keep their kids safe, and it'll fall back on them if a kid gets hurt.
Have you done any research on, whether there would have to be a study on its effectiveness before you could put it out to market?
We have not, but I'm sure there will be.
Any other questions from the judges? Great job, Bougie Brains, and thank you for going through your school schedule today so that you can still make it in. It's not alphabetically, but we loved having you and appreciate your ideas. Former athlete too. I think it has some application for sure. Thank you so much. And so we'll start a 2-minute judging period.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And this will conclude the competition part of this Pierpont pitch competition. Thank you to the judges, of course, and to all the businesses who did the presentations. After the judges, in another minute or so, I'm going to toss it back to Laura, and she's going to close this out. But thanks to everyone for your time and thoughts today.
How are we doing on scores? Again, then?
Yeah, I haven't pulled it up yet to see, but all right. Do you guys want to go ahead and give it a few more seconds here, and then we'll work on.
Judges, you guys have any questions on how we wrap it up? Denise will receive the final rubric and have to approve it. And I know we've gone a little bit over time, so I apologize for that, but really glad you guys could stay with us for it.
Absolutely. I'm going to try to bring my screen back up so that we can close out. My screen doesn't want to reload, Laura. So if you don't mind going from this view, that would be okay for me. I'm sorry about that.
That one's looking good. The final page.
Yeah, it's the final screen. So
yeah, so just keep that up, Denise, so people can see it, and students if they want to connect. And I just want to say this has been a labor of love in many ways. We started this project 5 months ago. We have launched for the first time EntreEd and EdVenture, and our other two partners, NACE and NCRD. We started 5 months ago. It's been all hands on deck since the beginning, and it's our first time launching something like this. We've all participated in business pitches in various parts of our careers, but never to actually host one, if not 6 actually, that end up launching. Our final one will be next week in North Carolina. We have 2 going right now in Kentucky and another one in Kentucky tomorrow. So I want to say this Pierpont team has been amazing. We've kind of become a little family, all of us. Thank you, Martina, Lynn, Katie was in at times, but Martina and Lynn particularly, thank you. This has been awesome. Your work has been really, really strong, and sometimes at night, and we know that Denise has done a great job in working with Pierpont and getting everybody to stay on course. And of course, Amber and I have been cheerleading all the way. So students, thank you. We saw a lot of improvements from round 1 to round 2. Thank you. There's some great businesses. I love your passion. I'm probably going to, start calling on some of you to get some of your products. I did that yesterday. It's the downside of being on these, is I'm going to spend a lot of money coming up. but thank you, judges. We appreciate your time and your efforts, and we hope everyone stays connected. Just please maybe take a screenshot of how you can connect with us. And we would love to hear from you. Students, if you're a sophomore, junior, freshman, anything before senior, you are able to compete with us in the fall, and we do encourage you to move forward. We'll have a regional pitch. We'll go through a series of whittling down. It'll come to 10 teams in the fall, probably in October, to compete regionally with all of our 7 states that we work with. So we're excited about that opportunity and hope you can join us. Thanks, Denise. Thanks, everybody.
Absolutely. Any logistics for the judges, Laura? Just they can try